Hello friends, I hope you guys are doing excellently good today in this video. Today's video is going to be based about something very nice. I want you to listen from the beginning to the end and share this video with one of your friends in case you find it really interesting. Like, I'm trying my best to do it. So I would like to actually explain to you how I actually did my first million francs CFA in Cameroon in like 2 years. It means like kind of like 500,000 francs CFA a year. To economize 500,000 francs CFA a year is the equivalent in German in euro of 760 euros, 763 euros in general, like almost $800 right now with the market going up. So if you're actually looking forward to be making money online or offline, or looking forward to making up to 1 million francs CFA in a year or in 2 years, what can you actually do? How much do you actually need to be able to do 1 million francs CFA in 2 years? Let's do the mathematics. Let's make 2 years to be 25 months rather than 24 months. Anyways, it's the same thing. So if I take 1 million, I'll just take 1 million with 6 zeros, and then I'll divide by 24. It's going to give me 46,000 francs CFA that I'm supposed to economize every month. The nice thing with this 41,666.6666, so let me say divided by 25. So if there are 25 months in 2 years, it means I can economize 40,000 francs CFA, which is the equivalent of which is 4,000 francs CFA divided by 655 is going to be giving me like 61 euros per month that I'm supposed to be economizing to be able to make in 2 years 1 million francs CFA of savings. So if you are looking forward to be making 1 million francs CFA, the number one way is going to be the hardest way, which is looking for a job and then relying on your job and taking your salary and doing all the stuff you are actually doing with the salary. At the end of the day, you would not be able to save that much because you are relying on one source of income. You are not doing any extra effort to actually gain from extra something from that source of income. And if your boss says he doesn't need you anymore from today, or if you're sick, or if your boss has programs, or if something happens to the company, your main source of income is run out. You are running out of options. If you don't even have a job and you're looking at this video, that's exactly where I want to actually take this video to. In case you don't have any job, any business, nothing at all you're doing, and you want to be looking forward to be saving this, the first thing I would like to put in place is that, and to be very raw with you guys, I'm a Cameroonian, and I definitely know that in Cameroon we have this tendency to spend a lot on things that are not necessary for the moment. For example, let me say, you will see, for example, the owner of Facebook, he has made billions and billions, but it's almost wearing almost the same clothing every day. Even the same thing is happening to many other millionaires out there. Millionaires out there, they are having millions that they have made, but they are dressing almost the same way. They are still taking the train. They are not buying expensive cars. They are not buying expensive things. At the end of the day, they are able, through those methods, to save a lot of money. And by saving a lot of money, they are able to use that money for extra things. When I was started doing that, my own economies, to actually reach the level of making my first million francs CFA online, not offline, first of all, in Cameroon, I told myself, like, I need to be able to gather money, and I was at the same time doing my papers to actually travel to come to Germany, but it failed. So that's actually the moment that when my papers actually failed, that I told myself, like, I was thinking like I was already going, so but I'm staying. So I wasn't going anywhere until the next 2 years again. So I had to do my HNG. I wasn't going anywhere. Inside that 2 years, I actually made the money. So, and that money was used actually to pay flight ticket and some food stuff at the end of the day. So this is actually something that is very important to know. What was the procedure? What did I do? First, I would like to say it will be very difficult if you're watching this video, if you are the kind of person whereby you are renting already, you are having a house rent and all the stuff, so it'll be very difficult for you to be able to make that, like, unless you have a very nice business that's covering a lot of expenses, to be able to save that amount again from your business. But in case you don't have, then in case you're in your family house, if you are watching this video, you have to decide to raised your shoulder up and told yourself you're already a big boy, you're already 25 years, you have to start going out of the family house and go and rent somewhere, hoping that you will buy your plot in the next 5 years, and you start doing it because you don't even have girl. You don't even have wife, because girlfriend is something else. You don't even have wife, you don't even have children, and you're already leaving your family house to go somewhere and go and start paying house rent. That's a very bad idea, a hugely bad idea, especially if you are leaving the family house and you're going to rent because you want it to be a mindset, something that at least if you're out there you will be working. It's a false story that people have been narrating. It's a very bad idea. I tell you the truth. You can give yourself some time, economize, launch a business, and then once you're having that business, before you can get out of the family house and go and live into your own house that maybe you have even started building but a home. So let me go off topic small minutes. I believe my father has the same thing he also did when he got married to my mom. I know I was almost about the last children in the house, and they were renting somewhere, and then he was building his house, our family house up to today, and he finished just the kitchen. The kitchen was big. It's a big kitchen. He finished the kitchen, put the doors, put everything, put the ceilings, put everything, the ceiling and the roof. They automatically transferred the whole house to the kitchen, and then they started building the walls of the other parts. Exactly. So you can do like that at the same place. It's also a nice idea for you. So coming back to my story, if you want to be able to do these kind of things and be able to economize, make sure that you eliminate a lot of extra expenses. It's very important for you to eliminate stupid expenses, let me say it that way, because most of us, we spend a lot on things that are not valuable for the moment. Give you another example: friendships. A lot of our friends are taking us a lot of time that we need that time to be able to think about our future and use that time to do things positive, rather than going to sit down on a snack bar or whatsoever. Spend again the small that you have and do what you're supposed to do there. So you have to focus on the objective. What is the objective? The objective is to make a million. So if you want to make a million, what is the necessary step? 41,000 francs CFA every month that you're supposed to be saving. That's the steps. How are you going to be saving that money? Is very difficult, especially in my home country. It's very difficult. So the first step: eliminate yourself from all forms of distraction that are taking you money out of your pocket. Take your money out of your pocket which are not absolutely necessary. Meaning, if you have to go and drink one beer anywhere, it has to go in the direction of whereby it's going to give you money. That's exactly what I had to do for 2 years. If I had to go and sit down somewhere to be eating, it had to go in the direction, or it was like I am overstressed because of what I am doing, and then now I go and take one free time in 2-3 weeks at least. At minimum should be 3 weeks minimum. So one free time every 3 weeks minimum, and that's exactly what I was doing. So when I was going out and then I was having some nice time, it was exactly when the payday was there, and I was like overstressed because 3 weeks, 4 weeks prior to that, 5 weeks, sometimes even a month, 2 months even, I had not had any relaxation time. Second thing, when we are going to talk about the business opportunities exactly in a few minutes, like after 2 minutes from now, by the grace of God. So the second thing was like, after I had the spending that time away, after spending all the time that I'm supposed to be spending away, is now the business itself. Most of us, we decide not to engage into certain businesses because of the pay that is given to us, and we decide to say, okay, I prefer to sit in the house. I take that free time that I was supposed to go and spend in that job there because the pay is not so much, and I will go and do the other job. I'll not do this one because at the end of the day, they're not paying so much, so I prefer not to do it again. The pay, sometimes you don't have to look into the pay sometimes because you have no opportunity, you have no choice. There's nothing in front of you. Since there's nothing in front of you, what should you do? You take what is there. So that's exactly one mindset I was using when I was doing everything I was doing. So when I was looking for any business opportunity that I was doing, as long as I have profit and then I'm not sitting in the house looking television and getting older and having more stress coming upon my head, I'll just get out there, do that job, and then get the salary, get the profit from it. Meaning, I was calculating in terms of profit. My time is like, I compare, other than sitting in the house and wasting time and doing nothing, I prefer to go out and do something. So if I go out and do something, what is the outcome? What is the revenue from it? What is the revenue? And that's exactly what I was doing. So some people, and this is where the business I was doing was coming to. I had the grace of God to be somebody who actually, when I learned something in upper city in the secondary school where I was schooling, I was good at mathematics, I was good at physics, I was good at some science subjects. So I was already teaching some of my classmates right from 5, which is 2 classes before entering university. So 3 classes before entering university. So I was already teaching my classmates at that moment mathematics and some physics also. So I had all those knowledge in mind. So it actually gave me opportunity because at the end of the day, some of my classmates became my bosses. Meaning some of my classmates recommended me to their uncles and their aunts for me to come and teach their students, their children. And then that's exactly how I was having job opportunities, teaching, giving home classes, teaching mathematics and physics all over the place. So if this person is paying me 30,000 francs, which is approximately 50 euros, 60 euros, I'll just go there immediately. I'll do that. This other person will do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. So I had my whole timetable completely booked out in such a way that there was no more free time for me. No more free time. The only moment I was free was for 2 years, was only one specific Friday. That specific Friday in a year when the professor said he was not supposed to be coming in the morning and then he was supposed to be coming at midday. So I had only from the 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., 12 a.m., that was on 12 a.m. in the morning. That was the only time that I was having free in the whole of my weekly timetable. Even Sundays, I was going out for home classes as from 1 p.m. 1 p.m. in the morning, 1 p.m. so 13 o'clock. So that was exactly my timetable. Going out every day, teaching all over the place, and that was exactly what I was doing. Sometimes it came also that I was selling certain articles. Like sometimes you may be going, and then I noticed sometimes, because some days I'll come back at 10 p.m. in the evening, like 22 o'clock. I'll be coming back at 10 p.m. in the evening to the house, and then I'll stop somewhere. I'll take one nice roasted fish and bobolo, as we say in English in Cameroon, and cassava, and then we eat it, and then I put mayonnaise on top, and I drink my one juice, and then I go back home, wipe my mouth as if nothing happened, and then I go back home and I sit down there and go and rest. I know that already next morning I'm going out again to do the same thing. So that was exactly what I was doing. So if you remember the first part of the video, what I told you is like I was not spending any money on anything that is not in the direction of whatsoever is going to give me money, and I'll be giving some small money maybe to my parents, my brothers, small helping, but at the end of the day, I will spend the whole of my money on things that are only necessary for it to be spent. And then at some point, I wanted to buy a motorcycle, maybe to buy a motorcycle to give to somebody, because I command like 400,000, 300,000, buy a motorcycle with it, and then now give it to somebody like a motorbike for like 60, 70,000, 80,000, 200,000, sorry, 200,000, which is around 300 euros. Buy it, give it to somebody, and then for the person to be working and give me like 2,500 francs CFA per day, which is almost the equivalent of like 4 days, 10,000 per week. Let me just say 10,000 per week, which is like 15 euros, 16 euros, and then every week I was supposed to be doing 16 euros like that. That was actually my business plan. But actually, the moment that he was supposed to come, my visa came up. So I had already planned a lot of things in advance that if this gives me all the money, I'm having to take all the money, I buy something, I buy that motorcycle, and I put it somewhere, and then I myself, I'm going to be working on the motorcycle some specific days, and in those specific days, I'm taking the whole benefits, keeping it again, and then I'm coming back home only when I've done what I'm supposed to do. So guys, I'm not asking you guys to go and stress up your mind into the maximum level. No, I'm telling you guys, go and do what is necessary. One other business opportunity which I also found very interesting was the selling of clothing, which I also found in my country. Selling of clothing in the early mornings. I used to go very early in the morning. My mom, she is actually the one who introduced me to that thing. Go out in the morning, and then you go and look at clothing in Mokolo market. It's actually found in Yaoundé in Cameroon, and then you go to the market there, you see people are selling clothing, and they are selling it on the floor, and then it's all about the floor there. You come and pick the one that you want. Like for example, this t-shirt, you can buy it for I don't know. And then they were selling the t-shirts very cheap, very cheap. And then that's where whereby we were able to I was able to buy some clothing, and then I decided to enter also the business of selling back the clothing also. Like I buy the clothing even if it is too big, and then I just go and pay somebody. He like make the t-shirt to tight a little bit, because I know that's what passes in the market. He makes the t-shirt to tight a little bit, he makes the jean to tight a little bit, and then I sell it back again. That was also another business whereby I also wanted to enter, but I didn't enter. But it is very profitable. I saw a lot of people in the central town of my country whereby they were selling it a lot, and they were making a lot of profit. Where were they buying the jeans? Early in the morning in the market, early in the morning, even bad jeans that they were very big, bizarre in nature, and then they'll buy the jeans. They'll go there, they'll go and see somebody in the same spot where they're buying the jeans there in Mokolo Angba, Mokolo below. For those who know exactly Yaoundé, you buy the jeans there. There are people that are sewing, they're having sewing machine, and then they'll sew the jeans immediately there, make it to baggy so that it should be short to the level of their knees, and then automatically they will start selling. Let me show you guys, for example, the trouser which I'm wearing, this kind of short which is actually very short like this. They were actually selling this kind of shorts, also buying trousers again, cutting, arrange it very well, and then place it there for like 3 times the original price. Just cutting this and putting there 2 times, 3 times the original price, because if you're taking 5 jeans from one person and then they reduce the price, and then automatically you're making huge profit at the end of the day. So that's exactly the strategy. And you do that, you have your loudspeaker maybe standing there, you are standing there, maybe your friends. Don't be ashamed. That's one of the biggest things that's killing a lot of us. We are ashamed. We are a lot ashamed. We don't care. We care too much about what the friends are going to say. Hey, are you selling now jeans? Are you selling t-shirts? Are you selling long sleeves? Are you selling those things? So those was it. Another business whereby I also encourage you is actually selling of shoes, sandals, or ballerine shoes for women. Actually, you can go to Douala. For those of you in Cameroon, listen to me. Go to Douala Market in Bopi. There are people that are selling there. I was there last year, and I saw the year before last, because last year I was not there in Douala. I was actually in Yaoundé, and then the year before last I was actually there in Douala, and with my girlfriend at that moment, and then we're with my wife now. So we're there, we're looking at clothing out there, and we saw a lot of things, a lot of shoes for women, nice ballerine shoes, very cheap, whereby you can take those shoes, go in front. Let me repeat it very well so that you're sinking. You go in front of colleges and in front of primary schools. You propose to the people there, to the children there. They will have the money to buy it. I assure you, they will have the money to buy it. They will see, because there are some schools, English speaking schools like the one I went to, everybody was obliged to wear black shoes, and you all know that if you're wearing the same black shoe for a matter of 6 months, even, you start getting back. Even 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you start getting back. So at the end of the day, buy those cheap shoes, make 2 times 3 the original price, and then sell it back again. So those are some of the business ideas with the selling of gadgets also. And the last gift for this video is actually, if you are in one of my students, especially my students, they are already having these gifts, all of them. So it's actually my agent in China, which is having the possibility to buy goods for you there in China, which is a very profitable. She can buy goods for you guys, or you go to Alibaba. I show you guys exactly how to do that. You go to Alibaba again, you buy goods straight from Alibaba. You go, for example, first of all, if you're in Cameroon, you're listening to this video, you go to UBA or wheresoever bank, EcoBank, or any bank account in Cameroon. You get yourself a Visa card or a MasterCard, a Visa card. You load maybe 100 euros inside them. You go to Alibaba, you look at product description. First thing you have to check the profile of the people. Check how many people they are following that particular person that you want to buy from. If they are followed by 40, 50, 60,000 people, you can easily buy from them. If their shipping time is fast, you can buy from them. If their reviews are good, and if they are recommended by the platform, if the platform has put a tick, like for example, you can see these Facebook pages that are ticked like this, official, and then there are some other pages on Instagram also that there's a blue tick there. It means the blue mark, it means that they are verified profile. Also on Alibaba, they are also verified profile. Check all verified profile. Check 2 to 3 days shipping processing time. contact those Chinese people, and if you have access to my Chinese agent, she will definitely collect all the articles which are very cheap in price in Alibaba there compared to AliExpress. Cheap in price. They collect all the articles. You buy. I'll give you, or maybe you discuss, because some of you may be thieves and you're listening to these people, so I need to be working with you guys. And I also only offer this to my students who are willing to learn about how to make money online, because we have courses on that, different courses on that. So they are actually having the contact with the Chinese agent. They actually receive you buy from the Alibaba person, you give that just from my Chinese agent. The people in Alibaba, all of them, they ship your products to my Chinese agent. My Chinese agent ships the products straight to you in Douala or Yaoundé, depending. I've already done that. I've bought things for like 1.3 million for people for some of my students also in Cameroon, and then they pay the money directly in Cameroon, and then at the end of the day, the Chinese agent now ships the products straight to their location. The Alibaba person also, they are able to do that also. They ship the products straight to your country, wherever you're listening from, and from there now you are going to be making huge profit. Because I tell you the truth, the product sometime on Alibaba, you'll be looking at it, you see 0.005 cents, 0.005 euros, 0.1 euros, 0.2 euros. That's exactly the price. That's exactly the price. And if you're selling it in your country, you definitely know that you can put times 10 there sometimes on some of those articles, depending on the store. If there's a very nice, beautiful store behind the glasses, the price can go even times 20, and automatically you will make huge profit. So that's the strategy. If I were to advise you to make money online, that's the strategy whereby you can actually do to be if I were advise you to make a million francs CFA, that's a strategy I'll tell you to do, and then you implement this strategy and you work extremely hard onto those things. And the main and the most important point is to trust in God. Trust in God. Don't be following money. Follow God, follow God, follow God. So, and God will help you in all your activities. God will help you in all your activities. So with that said, guys, I wish you, let's see in part 2 maybe of this video, whereby I'll talk to you how to make a million online. And online, it's far more easy. Far more easy to make a million francs CFA online, 1,500 euros online, compared to on the spot. And the gift is going to be this expert secret. I'm going to talk about it directly. If you just make 2 sales from this thing, from this person, it's obvious that you can definitely be making up to more than 1,800 euros just by referring this particular thing online. So let's meet in video number 2, how to make a million francs CFA online, from home even, or from your country. God bless you. Don't forget you guys, give your life to Christ. Give your life to Christ. Ciao.